And Jacob dwelt in the land wherein his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan. Genesis 37:1. Jacob had moved down, apparently south of Bethlehem, and has come to Hebron. Now, this is the place where Abraham had made his home. This is the place of fellowship, of communion with God. These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brethren, and the lad was with the sons of Bela and with the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives, and Joseph brought into his father their evil report. Genesis 37:2. We can see that the bunch of boys Jacob had were real problem children, with the exception of Joseph and Benjamin. It took these men a long time to learn the lessons that God would teach them. But let's notice the emphasis shifts from Jacob to Joseph. Joseph was only 17, just as a teenager, when this incident took place. He was the youngest of the boys and out there in the flocks. Benjamin was still too young, you see, and was still at home. Joseph brought to his father a bad report about other boys. Of course, they didn't like that, and I'm sure they called him a tattletale. Now, Israel loved Joseph more than all of his children. Because he was the son of his old age, he made him a coat of many colors. That's Genesis 37:3. Jacob should have learned a lesson in his own home. He knew that to play favorites would cause trouble in any family. His own father favored the elder brother, and Jacob knew what it was to be discriminated against. But here he practices the very same thing. We can understand his feelings, though, knowing that Rachel was the wife whom he really loved. She was the one fine thing in his life, and Joseph is a really fine boy, and Jacob loves him dearly. While all this is true, it's still not an excuse. He should not have made him that coat of many colors. Another possible translation of the coat of many colors would be the coat with sleeves, a long sleeved robe. You see, the ordinary robe in those days consisted of one piece of cloth, about 10 foot long. They'd pull a hole in the middle and stick the head through this hole. Half of the cloth would drop down in front of the body, half the cloth down the back, and it would tie around the waist or seam up the sides, and that would be their coat. They didn't have sleeves. So to put sleeves in a coat for any person would set him off from the other ones. Certainly, a coat of many colors would set him apart also. I think that's what Peter in The Chosen, he didn't wear a coat with sleeves. His was always cut off short as muscles.
All right, so that concludes J. Vernon McGee's commentary on verse 1 through 3. Now let's look at Chuck Smith's commentary on verses 1 through 3. They develop a strained relationship between Joseph and his brothers. He became the favorite son at Rachel's death. In fact, there was an unhealthy codependency relationship there. We would teach in Celebrate Recovery. The brothers are goofing off, and he has become the tattletale. The insight why this is given so that we can have some insight is why the brothers hate him so much.
Yeah.
The resentment against Joseph. And Martin Luther is the one that came up with the coat of many colors idea with, but it is a coat with sleeves.
Right.
And so that will destroy a movie that's out there.
Coat of many colors that Mama made for me. That was Dolly Parton.
It was, I can't read my writing again, sorry, but, the coat, sleeveless coat. Rulers wore sleeves, and with their coats, this is the aristocracy first that we see, and where the sleeveless is for the working class, for Peter, as LaRonda said. And so Jacob's intentions to make Joseph a leader. Here is what
That's good.
what is being demonstrated by him having the coat.
I wouldn't have known.
I think Peter, he just wants to show off his muscles.
He does. He's
Yeah,
Mr. Muscle
his
Man.
cannons. That's all he wants.
He's coming to the gun show.
He's coming to the gun show.
Yeah.
And so that